What's going on, everyone? We're with the PS4 today. We're going to be finishing this guy up. I've had it plugged in, turned it on and off several times. I haven't actually played anything yet. I want to get everything else wrapped up. Just want to make sure it turns on and off and everything functions right. So what do we have left to do? Well, for one, I got a second one of these. I'd rather have this one on the bottom, but I still want this one on the top. So I'm going to take those flimsy magnetic strip type ones off, and I think I might actually put one on each side underneath, so some light will get through here, and I can either put a fan gasket, or I want to try putting one of these filters in between there, so that will also add a second layer of filter on each one. So the bottom one will also have the magnetic strip, and then this over it. Especially on the bottom, I need to take up a good amount of the screw because it's screwed into the bottom plastic. It's held on very tight, but if it goes any farther, then it'll start to bump into the metal shroud underneath. So yeah, so we'll have one of these on top and bottom, and then like I said, it's still drawing air in like it did from factory around those vents on the side, but we're focusing more of that intake through our top and bottom, and with those filters that should drastically decrease the amount of hair and dust buildup on the inside of the system. And like I said, there's still air coming in through our sides there, so it's still going to get dust in it. But these should help out a lot, and especially with the bottom ones, you can just flip it over and screw those out, take them off, clean them off. Um, Two, you should be able to just vacuum these if they start to build up too much dust on the outside. But this one, unfortunately, you'll have to take the top off, but that shouldn't be very difficult because with this system, this one just slides off anyway, so you can change out your hard drive. And then this top piece will just kind of, well, actually, there's two screws over in this translucent part area, and then this one just kind of pops off, so you'll be able to take that off pretty easily anyway. So we're going to do that. We have to actually attach these. No, this isn't going to be how it is. And then we need to actually solder those wires going from this fan to this one. We know it works. We wired it correctly. I just put some hot glue on there so, you know, it didn't touch any other metal or anything like that, or touch each other and ground out. So, yeah, we just solder those, make sure they're covered good, and then we need to get the right size screws. I think I have some, but I believe they are brass. So I'd rather have either black or silver ones. So yeah, let's take this thing back apart and finish those last few things. Find out, we need to get rid of these holes by making a bigger hole. Alright, see I got that circle cut out underneath. I've got the 2-layer of filter, these screws going through, so I don't need a bunch of washers. This piece is quite a bit thicker, so I just could use one washer. And then over here, I found these screws. I believe they were for a water block, so they got the thumb screws at the top. One, I think that does look a little bit better than just the heads of the screws, and two, the heads are quite a bit shorter than those thumb washers. Not washers, nuts, thumb nuts. So these are about even with the plexiglass, so I don't have to worry about that being up against the metal shielding. And then for this fourth one that's going through this, I just need to lift this up, get the size drill bit, that's the head of the screw, and just screw through the transparent part, so this will be just inset flush inside there, so we can get the fourth one on. Then we just got to solder these up, put it all back together. You can see here, those are the holes where the screws barely poke through. So yeah. And then on this one, obviously, I put that other filter in, but I went to cut a little slot for the wires, and it just very easily kind of slid out. So I peeled it off all the way around, so we're just using that strip as kind of a fan gasket. Alright guys, so there it is. PlayStation's working. So now we just got to do some playing on this and just kind of see what happens. Um, Obviously these do have a built-in power supply, which is right at the back, and that's where a lot of the heat is also going to come from. So that doesn't have to, even in rest mode, your power supply is doing stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, you can feel a little bit of suction through the bottom. So we're feeding that fan a little bit more air, and then the whole underside of the motherboard is being getting some airflow from the top here. This does move quite a lot of air while still being completely silent. And then this also can feed the fan from this side. There's a little bit of a cutout here on the edge of the motherboard there. Plus it's just also drawing more air through the, there's some openings in the back as well. So yeah, that's our PS4. I'm gonna still got some cleaning up to do on here. There's some marks and whatnot. Other than that, this one's pretty much done. I'm still debating if I want to sell this one or use this as to just water cool it, but I do have some other projects I want to do before water cooling it, and I bought a lot of these systems to do kind of some quicker flips on. So first things first, I'm going to play it for quite a bit. Like I said, test it out, make sure it's all good. Now for our next project, I really want to get into this Slim, this one and the R2D2, and make a better version of that water-cooled 360 Slim. But I also have an original Xbox that I've had that's just sitting around, and the weather's going to be moderately nice for at least another week, and I have quite a bit of cutting out to do on that Xbox. So it'll either be that one or our Slim. I will show at least some of the original Xbox idea. It's very common to what other people have done, cutting out a window on the bottom left side of the giant X on top, and that goes directly over the disk drive, and then you cut a window in your disk drive so you can see the disk through there. And then, like I said, I have the clear faceplate and bezels and buttons for the front of the Xbox, and everything else I will be painting. So there's a lot of stuff to do outside with the spray painting and Dremel and all that kind of stuff. So that is something I do want to plan on doing first, and then obviously a full clean out of that system, and it comes with a bunch of games and stuff. So I'm still haven't thought too much on that one about like a color theme and whatnot. Obviously we can do the LEDs that have multicolor, so that can change. But the main Xbox, I'm not sure if I want to just do another version of black, or paint it white, or just do something else crazy. We'll see. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.